Amused Bouche takeover, and I am making almond croissants. I love almond croissants, and I used to have them every Saturday from a really nice bakery in Wapping. And I made them once before and they worked really well. So I'm going to make them again.
Okay, we're going to need more from you than that.
I have found a recipe. I don't know if it's the same recipe that I used before, but I've halved it because I don't want to eat loads of them. So I'm probably working on smaller quantities. But maybe it's nice.
Yeah.
To begin, I have 250 grams of strong white flour, 25 grams of sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, an egg, the contents of a 7-gram sachet of yeast along with 150 ml of cold water. Our first step is to combine the flour, salt and sugar. Any utensil will do, but might I be as bold as to suggest your clean, dry hand? Next, we're going to let the dried yeast and water get to know each other. Give them a little stir. Any utensil will do, but might I be as bold as to suggest your clean, dry spoon. Create a well in your flour. Next thing you know, it's a party. And we're putting the yeast mixture in with the flour, stirring until a loose, rough dough is formed. Magic away your egg. As you can see, I've brought my dough out onto a liberally floured surface. And so you must begin 10 whole minutes of kneading. Put an audiobook on, zoom your nan, work through your darkest fears, whatever it takes to pass the time while you pummel your dough. Once you have a lovely soft dough and you feel like a born-again Julia child, then drop that ball into a lightly oiled bowl. Cover and whack in the fridge for at least 2 hours. Now, just when you thought you could pour yourself a glass of cremant, you can't. You must now get your butter, which you have cut into chunks, place them in the centre of 1/2 of a roll of baking parchment. Fold said parchment like you'd close a shit book, and roll to approximately 10 by 20 centimetres. Fold into a parcel and pop back into the fridge to firm up.
Okay, so we've made our dough and now it's time to make our filling. I don't know if the recipe that I'm using is special, but it calls for lemons.
Sift your icing and granulated sugars into a big bowl. Add the ground almonds and combine. Any utensil will do, but might I be as bold as to suggest a clean, dry tablespoon. Add your zest, a pinch of salt, your egg yolks and slowly your lemon juice. Never underestimate the power of your lemon zest. The juice is sharp, refreshing and delicious, but actually the zest holds the oil and this heightens the fragrance and the flavour. Mix this all together until you have what looks like a crumble before emptying out onto a surface dusted with icing sugar. Now you need to knead the frangipane, which was news to me, but there you go. I reckon 5 minutes worth of kneading until you have a soft, smooth ball. Wrap up and place in the fridge. It's several hours later, and you're so over the idea of croissant now, but you've invested too much time, so you roll out your dough as large as you dare and place your chilled butter in the centre. Proceed to unconfidently fold your dough together. Trim any uneven, unsightly dough and fold again so you have a parcel of butter. Wrap and chill for 30 minutes. Now you repeat the rolling, folding and chilling process a further 4 times until you hate yourself, you find yourself leaving a Zoom party early to tend to your pastry and it's midnight. If you dare even entertain the idea of getting some shut-eye, don't forget to set your alarm early, because now the precious dough needs to chill overnight. Can you even believe it? It's the next morning, and if there's even a small chance that you might end up enjoying these croissants as a breakfast or brunch item, you must get your proverbial skates on. Roll until your dough has an even thickness of between 2 to 3 millimetres and trim into a square before halving again to create 2 rectangles. Lastly, rock your knife back and forth in diagonals to create beautifully pointed triangles. Remove your frangipane from the fridge and roll into small cocktail sausages, smaller than I'm doing here. and place these at the wide end of your triangle. Take the wide end and roll over your frangipane sausage towards the point of your triangle. If the tips flop and it bothers you, just secure in place with some water. But don't worry, this will come good with the egg wash either way. Get these onto a lined baking sheet, being sure that these ill-behaved croissants adhere to some social distancing. Cover and let these sit at room temperature for a good hour. Maybe now it's an ideal time to prep your oven, by the way. Finally, your egg takes centre stage. Its big break, the moment it's been waiting for. Crack, whisk and brush said egg over your croissant. And maybe take this opportunity to seal down any tearaway tails. Now, I absolutely winged this, but I think it was a good choice to mash some frangipane into the leftover egg wash to create a sort of thick glue, and brush your croissant again with this new mashup before sprinkling generously with flaked almonds. We are almost there. Can you feel it? I can't even really believe I'm saying it, but you can put them in the oven now. Make some coffee, take a quick shower, pick your sanity up off the floor. Oh no, sorry. Your time's up. They're done. Now you've got to dust your croissant with icing sugar while it's still warm so that it has a hope in hell of sticking. So there you have freshly baked croissant. Gorgeous. I'll be handing over to me now with the inside scoop.
And here we have our final croissant. Et voila! And the moment of truth, we're going to cut into them. Okay, I'm happy because I quite like soggy dough. I don't think I'm going to get accepted into Le Cordon Bleu anytime soon. We've got layers, we've definitely got layers, and you can see, I think what's happened is the frangipane has soggied out our layers here, but we have got fairly well defined layers. I think the lemon makes all the difference. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.